cold and dreary night on the cliffs of Mt.Silvers. Two rivals cross paths and lock eyes. A smirk emerges on their faces as Pokeballs fly onto the battlefield. Electros and Absol stand toe to toe. The ground begins to quake as wind begins to bluster heavily. He's mega evolving. Electros hustles back, but not before taking a playful tackle. Our rival scalds, "This is no time to play!" As Hitmonchan steps upon the battlefield, sheathed in an aurora of strength. His presence alone causes the Absol to retreat, calling on Chandelure for assistance. Expecting a switch, Hitmonchan is withdrawn and Magmortar arises to the field and shakes the mountain with an earthquake, crushing the Chandelure. "You're weak," our rival mutters as Chandelure returns. He grabs his ace and sends out his champion of champions, Machamp. We are forced out into Tangela. A powerful knockoff strikes us to the ground, knocking off our sacred Eviolite. Tangela glances back to us as we are giving a nod of approval. Tangela goes for a knockoff of its own, backed with a force of vengeance. However, a new target arises from the shadows. Togekiss! A royal pain for sure. Tangela knocks off its King's Rock as it falls down Mt.Silvers' side. We can call back Tangela, letting Gastrodon be a formidable opponent for the Togekiss, but a skillful double switch back out to his ace Machamp, freezing us in our tracks. A bullying knockoff in the attempt to throw away our leftovers. Gastrodon holds on tight to keep its food and retaliates with a scalding hot spray of water to fend off this threat. This Machamp must have some guts to try and take our food. Our dynamic punch connects. The power is over 9,000. We can't handle it. We look to Tangela for help. Elite Seed spits to the foe's side of the field, but it seems the Machamp has no guts at all. Nothing but a smash and dash. Togekiss rears its filthy face again. Electros tags Tangela out to help against this Togekiss as it roosts on a nearby branch, taunting us from so high. There's only one way to attack, so we charge up and sling a Thunderbolt, missing and striking the Tangrowth instead. Magmortar, seeing Electros in trouble, and jumps in. A vital spirit Magmortar possesses is enough to scare away the Tangrowth as the Togekiss swoops in to take the gushing Lava Plume attack. Magmortar follows up with a booming Thunderbolt, so lethal leaving the Togekiss battered, bruised, and crippled. The willpower of this Togekiss is too strong, causing it to survive just long enough to take the Magmortar down. Electros slithering over and stands over the crippled body of the Togekiss and unloads an overwhelming flamethrower with no remorse, simply ending it. Machamp's eyes tearing up, bull rushes towards Electros, but is met by Tangela and unleashes a passionate dynamic punch, once again shoving us to the ground. Possibly concussed, we are struck with another dynamic punch, thus furthering Tangela's confusion. In the wrong state of mind, Tangela strikes itself, causing it to teeter too close to the edge of the cliff. Hitmonchan dives in an effort to save his companion. It's too late, and Tangela falls into the untold abyss of Mt.Silvers. Hitmonchan rises slowly and turns to face the Machamp, but to no surprise, he is retreating again. A drain punch is sent towards the Machamp walking away, only to be stopped by the chest of Tangrowth. The fury is building in Hitmonchan until his gloves burst into flames, making his strikes even stronger, and with a final punch, he incinerates the Tangrowth. Tears streaming down his face as Mamoswine approaches to put an end to his outrage. With a dying Mach Punch, a final cry of vengeance is released. Hut! Mamoswine absorbing the hit, not so well, but is still able to retaliate with a vicious earthquake, shaking Mt.Silvers to its core. Hitmonchan returns to his Pokeball as Drapion takes his place in action. Drapion examines the Mamoswine for a weak spot with his scope lens, landing a critical Night Slash. With the fall of the piddling swine, Machamp has had enough. Face to face they stand, Drapion once again looking for a weak spot, planting a crucial cross poison, leaving Machamp within inches of his life. Refusing to die, Machamp stands and grins, pushing forward with a mirage of punches. A massive dynamic punch followed by waves of jabs, fast as bullets. Confused by the bounty of punches, Drapion has no time to get off one last attack. Drapion falls in defeat. Our last hope, Electros, appears, locking eyes with Machamp. The swiftness of Machamp is too quick. 4-punch combo hits in succession, but it seems to be ineffective as a thunderbolt rains from the sky, dropping the Machamp. A thick fog rolls in. Mega Absol emerges, furious with itself for not being serious before. He'll make sure he proves its worth to his trainer. Harnessing its inner beast, it attacks with a critical Night Slash. Nearly deceased, Electros begins to shake wildly, levitating far above the battlefield. Storm clouds form above as the ground begins to tremble. Electros' eyes begin to glaze over as a thunderbolt is thrown down towards the Mega Absol. As the dust clears, the Absol lies motionless in the crater. Electros falls to the ground where he's met by his trainer, laying in his arms, but has enough energy to give a smile of victory.